All right, guys, welcome back to the BNB Professional. We got another one for you. Another episode, another great episode. Episode 29. I've already made it to 29. We got 700 downloads at the moment. So I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I was working outside today in the sun, in the Miami weather. We're getting like 85, 90 degree weather with very, very high humidity. But yeah, we were in the Keys today. And yeah, man, it's and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. So today's episode, I'm gonna try to give you some good knowledge here as far as Airbnb goes and helping you take that next step to that BNB Professional. Now, I wanted to talk today about a topic that a lot of people, apart from a lot of people asking me where to get your next Airbnb listing, a lot of you I see getting held back, from taking the dive into becoming a BNB professional because you guys are thinking that it is very time consuming. All right. And if this is you, then this is the episode for you. All right. I'm talking directly to you who hasn't taken that dive into the BNB management world because you're thinking, hey man, I got a job. I'm good. I'm comfortable. All right. And if you're thinking that your job is secure, then did you live through COVID? That's my question. That's my first question. All right. Job security is not a thing. So, we're just trying to get you here to take that next step into entrepreneurship, become your own boss, right? Set your own times, get some good, stable monthly cash flow so you can spend more time with the people you love, spend time with, any hobbies or anything that you love to do. That is the lifestyle that, I am blessed to live every single day. And why I'm speaking about this so much, why this podcast exists, because I want to help others achieve the same thing. I've helped my wife also live that life with me, and we are living that dream. Okay, it wasn't easy. It's not easy. It's still a grind to build this business, but we enjoy every single second of it. Okay, so if this is an obstacle that's in the back of your mind and it's holding you back, thinking that you won't succeed because Airbnb is too time consuming, then I am here to break that fallacy. Okay, I am here to debunk that myth. Okay, Airbnb is not as time consuming as people make it seem. Okay, when we talk about co-hosting or property management, most people think that they're going to be at the property all day, every single day, especially if they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 14 listings where we're at right now. What most people think when they hear 14 listings, they're thinking, whoa, like it sounds like a living nightmare, right? I'm going to be at that property every single day, so I'm just going to switch one job for another. I'm here to say that that's not true, all right? And I want to speak on my experience on how often I go to my properties, okay? I go once a month, if that, okay? I go once a month, if that. There's some properties that I haven't been to in 2 months, in 3 months, okay? And that's pretty average, right? On average, what I see other property managers doing, they're not at the property much, right? That's why it's so easy to scale, right? And you know, overall, this business is just easy to do. There is no rocket science here, man. This is pretty easy to do. You just got to be a little organized. You got to be consistent, okay, and be available, right? Be available to solve any issues that come along the way. And if there's issues that keep recurring, then set a system that can take you out of the equation so you don't have to be there, right? Maybe somebody else does it for you, or you automate it some way with some type of technology. It does not take that much time. I literally, I'm telling you the truth here, man. I do not go to the properties as often as people think. I go once a month, if that. All right. Sometimes I feel bad because I haven't been to that property. I'm like, damn, I gotta at least go check it out, right? I have a duty, I have responsibility to the owner. But really, like, if there's no issue going on, then why do I need to be there? Really, I'm getting daily updates, right? Or twice or three times a week, I'm getting updates on how the property's doing from my cleaning crew. So, as long as everything's going smoothly for them and they're not, bugging out because something broke or something that they, that's getting in their way of their job, or my guests are leaving reviews that are, something broken, something that they didn't like, then, if I'm not getting those messages, then there's really no need for me to be there, right? I can focus on other things, on growing my business, on getting other listings and all that. And I think that's what is the most time consuming out of the job, is the property setup, right? When you get other listings. All right. And we are actually going through this right now, where we are setting up 3 listings at a time right now, simultaneously. They're different units. There are different sizes. They take different furniture, right? Property setup is probably the most time consuming when it comes to Airbnb management. And then second, I would say guest communications, but we're going to talk about that in a second. Now, as far as property setup, yes, that is mostly time consuming, because you have to first do inventory. You have to see what's missing. Usually the owner, when you get a property management contract, they already have some type of inventory, right? As far as furniture, beds, even linens, right? But you, as a property manager and expert, you go in and you say, well, yeah, I need this amount of linens. I need this type of things. Or maybe we can add this, maybe we can add that to have a better experience for our guest, to make sure that we get those 5 reviews, right? That's the first thing we do. And then as we're adding those things, when we're improving the unit, I go and I make sure that everything's being done how it's supposed to be done, right? I'm there as a supervisor. Usually I have somebody there helping me out. Either the property owner has a handyman, or somebody that helps them, or just me and the property owner are there, hacking at it. Or I'm just doing it by myself, and with my wife, who helps me all the time, my partner. So, that is probably what takes the most time, is to set up these properties. But once it's set, it's really kind of like set it and forget it, right? Well, I mean, not really. We're going to talk about guest communication right now. I can't say that, but once it's set, it's really just remote work is what you're doing. So you can work from home. You can work from wherever the fuck you feel like it. You can work from the beach. All right, you can work on vacation. You can work at your friend's house. You can work at Starbucks. You can work in your bedroom. You can work in your underwear if you like. Okay, that's the beauty about co-hosting and property management for Airbnb. That's the flexibility that it gives your life, and the lifestyle that you can live by becoming a property manager for Airbnb. Now, as far as how often I go, just to finish this thought, I usually, it's really just if I'm adding something new to the unit, or have to redo pictures or stuff like that. If I'm improving the unit and somehow I want to be able to be there myself to make sure that, the experience for the guest is top notch, right? So that's really when I'm going, right? And that's flexible, right? When we see things that need to be added to the units, when our reviews start coming in and all like that. And mostly on a quarterly basis, we're doing inventory to make sure that the inventory is there. But that can even eventually, in my business, I'm looking to, hire somebody to do that, some type of property manager that will take care of that, and I don't necessarily have to be there anymore. Okay, that is future goals, right? Airbnb goals, entrepreneur goals. Yeah, so life goals, hashtag. Anyways, yeah, so now, as far as you guys working, right? And for you guys who have a 9-to-5 job and thinking that this is going to be too time consuming for you, again, I tell you it's not. And but maybe something that you can consider, right? If your job is really, really demanding, right? You guys in the corporate world, sometimes it's just really, really, really demanding. You just have no freaking time, right? What you can do is you can do it still with a team, right? And most importantly, I think the most important thing for you guys that are in that situation is to find a co-host or a partner or a friend or somebody that can be your boots on ground person, right? And boots on ground, I mean that person who's actually going to be go to the property if anything goes down, or like I said, if we're adding something new to the units, if we need pictures, if anybody needs to be, any situation that a physical person, right, a human being has to be there physically, then you can sub that out, right? Subcontract that out, or partner with somebody or co-host with somebody that can take care of that for you while you're working, right? Because your job is demanding, and maybe you help more on the online stuff, right? And even if that is too much for you, then hey, get a third guy, right? Get a virtual assistant, get somebody who can help you with this. There's enough money to go around, especially if you can figure out, or listen to all the episodes that I've been talking about getting your next Airbnb listing. As long as you figure out how to consistently get listings, right, you can grow this company really, really fast. Especially right now, there's a land grab going on in Airbnb, and it's the time is now to do it. So do not wait, right? Do not wait. You should be getting listing after listing after listing right now. And I definitely want to help you do that. I'm putting out more content for you to help you do that. And I'm putting out even an ebook that explains everything for you. And you can get that at bnbsidehustle.com. Now, with this co-host, going back to this boots on ground person, this partner or whatever that you can work with, you basically, the way you work with them is just split the commission, right? You split the commission with them, right? You do, you charge the owner, right? If you're charging them 20%, then you charge the owner 20%, but you have a partner and you split that 50-50, right? 10-10. If you have two partners, then split it 3 ways, okay? At the end of the day, it's monthly cash flow, and any cash coming into your business is great. So, it doesn't matter if you're not making that 20%. As long as you guys build this infrastructure under you while you're working, now you have an infrastructure that you can build from, right? You have a foundation, a team that's going to help you build, and now you can just start adding listings onto your business. Other thing you can do is actually just partner with the owner, right? If the owner lives on site, or they're close by, or they're really handy, they like to be hands-on in their properties, which most of them do. A lot of people in the real estate world, that's what they do, right? Then you can talk to them and say, hey man, will you be willing to, go solve any issue if it if need be, right? And usually, right, especially if you if you give them full access to the messaging and stuff like that, an owner that likes to be hands on, they're going to be right on top of it, right? They're going to be like, hey, I'll go give them that towel, or I'll go, I'll get this AC guy. I know this guy. I know that, because they want their property to do well as well, right? And that's why especially in the beginning when I'm signing a contract, I tell the owner, like, this is a partnership between me and you, right? This is how I see this. I want to build this a long-lasting relationship, and I see this as a partnership, right? Like, if I don't book your property, then we don't make money, right? Both of us don't make money. So I have an interest in booking your property, and I have an interest in getting good reviews and making sure that it's working well. So I want to partner with you, right? Yeah, you're hiring me out. I'm going to do most of all of the work that's necessary. But anytime that you want to step in, bro, I love your help, right? I'm not going to say no. Unless it's a difficult owner, which you can see another episode that I talked about that. I think it was like episode 27 or something like that. We talked about difficult owners. That's a special situation. Now, another thing that you can do is partner with a property management company, right? That knows what they're doing, that knows how to solve emergency situations in an Airbnb, right? And when I say emergency, is like, hey, the AC went out, or the TV's out, or the, those type of time sensitive situations that can really give you a bad review for the guest if you don't solve it within a reasonable amount of time, right? You can partner with a property management company and say, hey, look, man, you're in the area, I want you to be my boots on ground, but maybe just not do a structure where we're, splitting the percentage, but I'll give you a fee every time you have to go out there and solve an emergency, right? Anything that it is, right? If you're just even switching out a TV, making sure, getting together with the AC guy, getting together with the handyman, anything that, even taking a towel if you need to, and you don't have anybody there to do it, right? Or they ran out of toilet paper, right? That's an issue. So you can partner with a property management company that's experienced in dealing with guests and say, hey, well, if I need you there, can you be there? Right? Are you going to be available? And if you do, then I'm going to give you X amount of dollars, right? A flat fee to go solve that issue. And a lot of these property managers won't have a problem with that. I've done it before. I had a friend of mine that has an Airbnb. He went out of town and he didn't have anybody as backup. He called me. He's like, hey man, if anything happens, can I hire you to go out there and solve that issue? I was like, yeah, man, for sure. This is what I do every day. So why not? Something else, of course. And you're going to pay me? Okay, cool. You can do that. And, and then you can just focus on doing only online co-hosting, right? All the online stuff. If you deal with these, boots on ground people, and necessarily like that, I've talked about this before, like starting a co-hosting business, like you can really do this anywhere in the world. If you get good at the online booking, booking, pricing, guest communications, all that stuff, you can really do this remotely anywhere in the world, as long as you have somebody boots on ground if anything happens. Because, dude, 95% of the work in Airbnb is remotely. All right, it's remote. Okay, so you can even be at work, all right? You can be at work, and because it comes to your phone, dude. It comes to your phone. If anything happens, you're gonna be right there. You get a notification, right? You get a notification of a message, or the person calls you, and then you just got to make a few phone calls to solve the issues. But you're gonna need that backup person to, if you actually need somebody physically there, then just send them there. Okay. Send them to the property and they can solve that issue for you. Now, another issue that I see people getting held back is that, hey, like, I'm going to be answering messages all the time. And that's and this is what I was talking about, right? I think I was saying that the property setup is probably the most time that you're going to be spending, but then after that, the second most is probably the guest communications. Now, if you're doing just 1 to 3 units, it's not that much for guest communications. All right. I think it starts getting a little more overwhelming once you get to 4 and above. All right. Once you get to 4 and above, now you're getting a consistent amount of bookings, of inquiries, of issues at the property, right? And there's people messaging you all the time. Once you get to like 4, right? And the higher you go, the more it happens, right? The more messages you start getting, and the more so you have to have, you have to be very organized. You have to have your check-in instructions, all that stuff, right? But so if you're looking just to start 1 to 3 units from a side job, as a side job, as a side hustle, it's very, very, very doable, right? You can do everything. You can deal with the guest communications. You're not going to get an overwhelming amount of guest communication coming your way, unless you did something wrong at the setup, right? You didn't do your check-in instructions. You didn't do your house manual. You didn't get enough inventory, things like that, where those are issues that you can solve, if you set up the property correctly. And I've talked about this in previous episodes, the Do's and Don'ts series, about the 5 areas of B&B management. One of them is property setup. So if you want to go listen to that, you can. Now, like I said, you can partner with somebody, you can hire someone to help. And especially when we're talking about answering messages, you can hire somebody to do that. We've done that in our businesses. That's one of the first things we did when we got to 3. We're like, okay, well, we need to build up. My wife was still working, and I was the only one doing it full time. So we hired her sister to help us with the guest communications, so I can focus on getting more listings. I got more listings, and eventually my wife was able to quit her job, and we still have her sister on the team, and she's doing great, and she's loving it, and we're growing, and we're very, very appreciative for all the work that she does. So you can definitely hire somebody to answer those messages, and you can start with a family member or something like that. You can negotiate a pay structure with them, whether it's a percentage of the bookings, or just give them a flat monthly payment, right? A monthly paycheck, or however you guys want to do it, right? There's a lot of leeway there. And eventually, you can hire just a random virtual assistant, right? And you can do this sooner than later, right? If you hire a virtual assistant, that just make sure that they're experienced in Airbnb, right? If you're hiring a stranger, make sure that they're experienced in Airbnb, because if not, you're just going to be teaching and teaching and teaching and teaching. There's still going to be some type of training at the beginning as people get you get people on your team and all that. So the more organized you are with that, the more, you can have training videos and all that stuff of how to deal with things, the better, right? Because they're going to get trained faster. If not, they're going to be calling you all the time, and you have to be answering questions and all that, which is okay, because there's always a learning curve for anybody who's just starting out. So you can solve that issue from you, right? So they're not hitting you up with somebody that's experienced as a virtual assistant. And like I said, another thing for answering messages is you partner with a property management company, and you can split those tasks, right? And with that said, I want to offer my services for you. Okay, I am looking to partner with people across the nation and even across the world, right? If you are listening, wherever you are listening to, all right, if you want to work with Sky Realty Investment Solutions, which is my company, a property management company, I've been doing it for 4 years, since 2018. We have about 14 Airbnb units in South Florida, in the Fort Lauderdale area, in Miami, and in Naples. I'm looking to partner with people who want to get into the Airbnb space, right? Who want to learn, right? And who want to really grow a portfolio of Airbnb management contracts. I can partner with you. Okay, I can be your co-host and do all the online stuff, as long as you are willing to be that boots on ground person, right? Or vice versa. If you're looking to, if you have somebody who needs management here in Miami and Fort Lauderdale and Naples and South Florida, then I have the infrastructure for you. I can be your boots on ground person, and we can split the commission. Right? I have no problem doing that. Everything that I've talked about, we can negotiate a way that we can work together. We'll sign an agreement and start working, right? Start working. I can even help you, show you how to get your next listing, right? It's going to take some type of marketing, and yeah, we can grow together, man. So that's my pitch. That's my pitch. If you wanna work with me, then I am definitely open to working with you as a partner, as a property management company. I'm also doing mentorships and things like that, which I'm going to be releasing in the future. But anybody who needs help, looking to help growing their property management company, their Airbnb co-hosting business, then reach out to me. Reach out to me. All my contact info is in the show notes below. I'm very active on Instagram at Kevin Bryant Online. You can contact us, our company, at contact@skyrealtysolutions.com. And yeah, man, we can get started. Man. If you really, really want to take this dive and you want to work with me, you've been following this and you really like what I'm talking about, you really want that lifestyle, that Airbnb lifestyle, you want to quit your job, you want to grow this side hustle and become a BNB professional, then I am the man for you, man. So I look forward to hearing from you guys who want to work with me. So yeah, anyways, Airbnb is not as time consuming as people make it seem. All right, just to recap here, I only go once a month to these properties. It's really only to, and if that, right, I only go if I have to add something new to the unit, I'm improving the unit, or I have to take new pictures or something like that. Once it's the most time consuming is the property setup, but once it's set up correctly, then everything else is remote. Okay, I do once a quarter inventory, so that's another time that I go. That's once every 3 months, right? You can also, if this is holding you back, thinking that it's too time consuming, you can have a boots on ground person, split the commission with them, or just have them do emergencies for you, and you can do all the online, co-hosting, right? And you can do this anywhere around the world, like I was just, pitching, right? So you can do this as well. And answering messages, if you're at 1 to 3 units, you should be fine. If you're more than that, then that's where you should be thinking of building a team and maybe hiring somebody to help you with the messaging, so you can continue to, grow your Airbnb business, get more listings on your belt and all that stuff. You can get a virtual assistant, you can get a friend, any of that, or you can work with a property management company like myself. And we can get it popping, baby. We can get it popping, baby. Let's go. All right. Yeah, man, that's it for this episode. I hope you liked it. I hope I changed some minds out there. Some people that are on the ledge that haven't jumped. And I am telling you, jump. All right. So, Airbnb is not that time consuming. I'll see you guys on the next episode 30. We're going to be at episode 30, man. So make sure to subscribe, make sure to like it, make sure to share it with your friends, and leave a freaking review, because I want to know about you. All right. Anyways, peace.